We would start with the testing now, and we were looking for an application whose name is BYKEA, if I'm not wrong. BY, let me see, BYKEA. If it's available, it's available. If I click on install. So how everything works is, just give a quick recap. When an application get installed, it has a package name which is generally the same as which is available over here. This is the package name of the website, of the application, and we need to fetch the apk file from that package name, and then we can do the testing. Just an overview. And I have folder over here. I generally get the apk files over here. Once it gets installed, I would let you know what exactly are the next steps. See, it's installed. Now what you need to do is get into the shell of this particular emulator. You need to download the adb tools first to get the shell, and you can see the walkthrough of that particular thing from Google. So we would write pm list packages, means as many as packages are available over here, we are listing that. You can find the package name quickly from here. I write control F and the package name, and see, we got the package name. We would copy this particular thing, and next thing what we are need to do is pm path and the package name. It gave me the path of the base apk. You need to copy from the data folder. Now get out of this particular shell. Now right over here adb pull, means you are trying to pull that particular base apk in this folder. And if you see clearly out there, we got the base apk. Now you would use this particular base apk for the static analysis, right? So if you go over here, you write jadax. I don't know how many people have hunted on this particular target, because it's a private program and I don't really have time for huntings. So yeah, I don't know what would be a duplicate, what would not be a duplicate, but we would try to see the bugs over here. It would take some time for the application to decompile, and then we would start. All right, so we have the source code over here. Firstly, Android manifest.xml file. It has the read sync permissions. One thing new I am going to tell you is the exported permissions. Exported. Now what's exported? That if anything Android activity exported is equal to true, that means when we create the mobile applications, now we export some activities, and if that activity exported is true, that means we can fetch it out of that particular app. Now just think that a particular page is accessible after login, but that page is allowed as exported. Getting my point? That page is allowed as exported. We can fetch that page out without even filling the password. So that would be a bug. Install packages, write permissions. There is one more bug. It's known as the backup allowed. Backup. See, Android allow backup. Here it says false. If it says true, then we can exploit this particular thing. If you go much deeper into this, bugs in apk static analysis jadax, you can see what exactly could be the bugs out of this particular thing, right? You can find the potential vulnerabilities. These are the tools: dex to jar, dex writer, and mob sf, and it's really good. See, this is a particular website, mobsf.live. If you go over here and you drag and drop this particular apk file over here, it would tell you some bugs out of it. Generally those bugs are not accepted, But yeah, sometimes it's fine. Good thing. Then JADX, you can see Android manifest.xml file as we always do. Then they have JADX GUI. We can find the usage and everything. Then you can see excessive permissions, review and minimize the requested permissions. As I have told you, hard coded credentials, we find for it API keys, passwords, tokens, weak cryptographic features like workflow bypass for the exported things, hidden features like there are some backdoors, there are not proper logging, and logging thing is out of scope uh, in most of the cases, but you can learn it. There's a file known as APK known as injured droid. You can practice a lot on it. Then there is improper validation, code injections, which I was explaining that if Android exported is true, Android permissions, debugging is on. If you write this, for example, you find out it over here. The debuggable permissions, it's not over here. See, if it's allowed, it's also a bug. So you need to know these things in order to be like that. Then there are Android permissions. You can hunt for this particular tag even. The more you know now in hacking, the more you know, the more you would understand. Now Android permission is over here. It has the permissions to dump Android permission, dump Android permission, install packages. You can see what are the permissions. Now this is the Android permission dump. You can research more about it, that how exactly this thing works. Is it a bug or not? You can hunt about it, that how this thing works, why it's sensitive, is it sensitive, you can hunt about it. Then there is network security configurations. It can lead to some other things. You need to hunt for this particular file. There are Java vulnerabilities and a lot of the things. अब ये सारी चीज़ें comes when you hunt regularly, you read reports, you do the analysis on how everything works. So yeah, static may it's very difficult. Now this is the ADB connect, which we do ADB got the ADB shell. Then this is the file structure, it's explaining the file structure. Then they are telling on a demo environment that how exactly these things could affect, what could be the bugs, the debuggable permissions, the allow backup permissions. It's running. Let it do. Then the activity, then you can see that some Android activities are exported. So these all comes under the category of static analysis. Briefly I'm telling. This website didn't help much. Let's continue our manual analysis. So over here you can go to this particular file which is known as strings.xml. Values strings.xml. Over here you can see for some information which might be sensitive. Over here they have the alphanumeric filter, which is of no use to us specifically. We are looking for hard coded information, whether it are some sort of API keys, that type of things. Over here default web client ID, it's of It's not a sensitive thing. We have the dummy order ID, dummy phone. Nothing seems sensitive for now. अभी तक what we have looked out. Then we have the Facebook client token. It's not sensitive. You can ask ChatGPT. That's the best way. Is Facebook client token sensitive? Earlier, I used to waste a lot of time hunting on Google what's sensitive, what's not sensitive. Do what severity level it falls under? Mobile app static analysis, medium or high, but I don't really think it would be sensitive. Hmm. According to the documentation, they say it's sensitive. Okay, app access token is it's sensitive, yeah. Facebook access token, we are dealing with, right, Ravi?
Yes, sir.
On every documentation, it's written, yeah, it's sensitive, and it falls under this category. It's damn sensitive. That's good.
I think-
You wanna ask something, Ravi? Go ahead, please.
No, Aman, no, no, no.
All right. I'm just seeing that if there are some HackerOne reports about the same issues, so that I can have at least a double assurance. Mm-mm, no, no. Is a Facebook access token disclosure a bug? Let's see this. It says put this token over here and see what you can potentially do with this particular thing. Want to try? So that we can see reporting is very easy. It would hardly take my 2 minutes to report, but I want to explore much that what exactly I can do with this particular token.
Okay, is it a developer account?
No, it's not exactly. It's
Okay.
normal account.
Okay.
uh, See, it's a client token. When we looked out here, yeah, but I was looking at something else. Facebook, if I search for Facebook, the token I was seeing earlier was a Facebook app token, right ना? पता नहीं.
Yes, sir.
Now it's saying Facebook account client token. शायद maybe I might have a wrong app token. There is even no result of that token. Maybe I client token is not sensitive. Facebook client token. No, no. Facebook Client token sensitive. Hmm. Here they are talking about access tokens, but they are not talking about the client tokens. So yeah, and moreover, we check that it's not sensitive. Let's move ahead with our analysis. We found the Firebase account, and I've already told you that the best way to check for this thing is testing in this way. Copy this and dot json. It says deactivated, then we can't do anything. Yep. Then Google API key won't be of much sense out here. Then there is Google storage bucket. You can see that, but it won't allow you to see view anything. 404 not found. Then if we move further, I don't see anything special. Everything is a normal string out here. Mm-mm. No, nothing. All right, so let's start with this dynamic analysis. I would drag and drop the file over here. Let's wait for it to get loaded. All right, I take this APK over here and drag and drop this. Let me delete this kickstarter.com APK. Sometimes it gives errors. So try it on different emulators, because sometimes it's not meant to be run on a higher API level emulator. So you should have a variety of emulators to try on, because sometimes the SDK versions don't support all these things. So that's why the error persists. Android is very hard, and moreover, after the Android 10, Android 11 versions, it's really a great mess to test on Androids. The security has increased a lot. Let's wait for this thing to get booted up. Actually, I have a very bad habit to remove the application side by side, because these emulators are very short of spaces. I can't give them a 20 GB each emulator. Na? this might work on this emulator because it's the same APK version as the emulator we downloaded this APK from. So you should take care of all these things as well, because if you fall short of all these basics, it would be very hard for you to do any sort of testing. Hacking comes afterwards, and yeah, hopefully it should work. But if it's keeps on crashing, you need to keep trying it on another emulators in order to make it stable. Now it's crashing, and so yeah, you need to install it on some other emulator. That's the flow of it, because you can't test it on the emulator which has a play store, because that would be an emulator which is non-rooted. So on non-rooted device it's very hard to do a lot of stuff. So yeah, this is the most time taking process in mobile app hunting, that you need to make the app stable, then you need to see after making the app stable, uh, then you need to test things. Yeah, let me remove this particular app, then I would progress further. Or let's first test, I see that if it supports this APK or not. Sometimes now I can't test a lot of applications just because of these foolish issues. Sometimes, yeah, it's really a headache. There are another ways, there are another emulators, the Gen emotions and stuff, but it takes, I have tested everything, I found it more suitable. There are multiple ways of even doing SSL pinning bypass by downloading the binaries from GitHub and stuff, but yeah, I like this way of doing SSL pinning bypass. It's reliable, I used it sometimes, it's good. Now it's not getting stable, this application is not getting stable at all. So what uh, in my brain comes to mind is that uh, if this is not getting stable, I should download an APK from this particular 29 and then test it, because sometimes in some APKs it arises an issue due to the API versions. Let me try over here. BYKEA. And the worst part is that you can't directly test on these systems which support Play Store, because you can't root them. So yeah, that's the major constraint of all these things. And if they can't get rooted, you can't install Frida, and yeah, a lot of issues. See, you can see that it's taking a lot of time to even open the Play Store. Know what a person should do in these instances. Let me restart it. BYKA. Let me install it. Now this is version 29, the Play Store version. I would test it on 29 too. The same API version. Mostly it would work. Rest I don't know. Because I can't be very predictive about this particular thing. You won't believe all this setup to define the system variables. Android Studio, the emulators took me whole 1 day to set up, and I don't even remind the number of hours that it took me. Adb shell, pm list packages. Once I do that, then pm path. It's downloaded. Then there's one even more way of getting the app installed. I don't really use that way much, but yeah, we can test that. Now I'm using this 29 to, it's running. Adb push base apk. It's not working, this method is not working. Please god, this should work. Earlier also the apk got installed, but it was crashing. If it now crashes, now I won't test on it. Really, I'm fed up from this. Now I'm beginning to get irritated, to be very honest. Now I need to use another method to test. I don't really use that method, but yeah, I have no option left, so I need to use that method. In that particular thing, we need not to have the shell as root. It's not required in that method, but most probably in that method now the app starts to crash. Even we would see if the app crashes normally or not. If it doesn't, we would use that method. Earlier we inject the frida and then use all these things, but in this method that's not necessary. If you have the app over here, for example, let's say pykea, it was this na, oh sorry, by. hmm. it it runs over here, so it's okay. It's crashing because app is not allowed to use on any virtual device. All right, so that's why it was crashing, that it detects that they are running me on a virtual device. That's clever of them. That's why it was crashing. Let me see on this latest API. If it doesn't work on this thing, we can't do anything because we can't intercept the traffic. I don't have a virtual rooted device, because you can use your old mobile phones even for testing. That's a way too, but yeah, let me drag.
Is it fine with the Samsung M30s?
Which Android it uses? Samsung. What model you're saying?
M30s.
M30s. If it's before Android 9, you haven't updated it, so you can root it.
Okay.
If it's above Android 11, it's hard to for it to get rooted.
Okay.
Root M30s. Yeah, you can root it.
Okay.
Hmm. Here's the guide on how to root.
Actually, I'm not using that one because of radiation or something.
You can root it and then you can test it on.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the best if you have an old device, na. So
Yeah.
that's best. I don't use any Android, so I don't even have old Android devices. The mobile I got now, the Samsung Galaxy Fold 5 is my first Android device.
Okay.
That's why I am facing issues. It's not running in here, yeah, not running. All right then, if it's not running, I don't see a point on testing on this particular thing because it's not supporting on Android emulators. I need to move to some other target where the mobile apps are allowed. Scope. In this scope, they have this particular Android app over here. Minutelia. The name is funny. Minutelia. Let me see if it runs on a particular folder. Then only I would start testing. Key dynamic analysis possible or not. Otherwise, I won't test it because it wastes a lot of time on our part. Menu Telia. Why it menu Minutelia. This is the app, na? But it's like menu, not menun. I don't know. Let me search it over here. Or I can open it from here. Are white crashes? If it's available for this device, it should show. Hmm. Early this time I would pull the APK first, see if it's running, and then only I would start testing. It's running. Till then, I can see their scope, program guidelines. Let's see. For Android, they don't have a proper scope or something. That means a very less people hunted on Android. That's good. If it opens on this or not. It's a plain white screen for now. Let it load. It's some other language. Please select a login mechanism. Arey, how we would log in? It directly asks for login, and we don't have any credentials. That's why people don't hunt on it.
Maybe there will be sign up page in their website.
Personally, I don't
Not
think so.
sure.
I don't think so. Let's see. See, nothing. No, na.
Yes, someone.
If they don't have their mobile app built in some same way, na, so they don't have
But
that thing
I
to.
think it's based on OTP based login, I think,
No,
directly
no,
instead
no,
instead sign in.
no. It's not OTP. It's asked for some code which you might have gotten at the time of maybe what do
Okay.
we say? Yeah,
And-
in that way.
Okay.
Hmm. No worries. We have a lot of programs. We would find our only one time we start hunting, na. Then there is not much of a problem. Let's claim the credentials for this. We got the credentials of this
Yes.
particular. We would do that. It's a matter of minutes. Once we get our target, that what exactly we need to hunt, it's very easy. You must have been invited to become a tester. Make sure that you are signed in into the account that you're invited. If you have been invited, Google group as a part of the program. uh, Now the API is not APK is not available. Shit hai yaar, total shit hai. One thing is good, the other thing is not good. Scope. The Android app is currently used by 10,000 each day. To be added to the program, then and sign up to Play Store, we need to drop a mail to this particular thing. I would drop the mail, okay, so that we can test it tomorrow.
Okay.
I would drop a mail. This is a part of testing. We can't just skip it. Because you should know na technical aspects as well, how you need to approach things. Because just going in
Yeah.
hacking is not the way we approach things.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, all right. App access. Please allow the app access from Play Store to my mail, which is all right. They would do that, and by the time we can test on the things over here, there's an application known as Poker Stars, and I guess here's their Play Store application, Poker Stars. Poker Stars APK. com.pokerstars. I need to enter it over here to find that. This is not valid. It isn't valid. Either this would be. No, it's EU, na? That's why it's EU. Means it's only available in Europe. Why I'm explaining these technical concepts, because when you would start things now, you would be very messed up that what exactly we are in. If I click on download now, it's like downloading a Windows software now. No. Hmm. That's why I'm telling the technical concepts. FBS market. It says it's updated. Let's see this. What exactly is in their scope? They have a application. There are no credentials as such. Let me first install it, then decide whether it's fine or not. Tick mill. Tick mill APK. This phone isn't compatible with this app. That means this app requires the latest APK. And the most latest we have is 30 with Play Store. We would check on 30. This is another different problem with these APKs. Where we deal in NFTs now, they don't support older APIs. In Android, it's very hassle. In a website, it's easy. It's old, it's new. Just open your burp suite, start testing, go ahead. And in here, that's not the case. That's why most of the people get irritated in mobile applications, and don't people don't really test on mobile applications. They say we would spend the same. You can see there are only four resolved reports for Android. What else we can see about the thing? Tickmill, it's available over here. But one thing I want to see is that why we are not targeting an application where it's not least reports resolved. I need to see least reports resolved, because that would give us a chance to get paid, right? Because the least bounty is paid, that means the least people have hunted on it, right? This would be in Netherlands language. Then we have Coin Square. They haven't paid much of the bounties. And see over here, for this particular thing, for the mobile app, no bounties paid. That is good for us. That if in for mobile app no bounties paid, it's good for us. So just that's how you can see things. I'm just telling you the way. And if you see at the program guidelines, there are no such exclusions for the APK apps. All right, let's see this Coin Square. So that's a little tip. I generally used it. It says CoinSquare isn't available in your region. So that means if it's not available in a region, most probably it might have be asking for a OTP for Canada number. I'm just making an assumption. Possibly it would be asking for a OTP of Canada or the other region. See how to buy bitcoins in Canada. So you can try changing the region from here. It's a tool which can help you change the location. If I type the location to Canada, I click change. Alright. So if I open Play Store, you can see the location would be changed from here. Location has been changed. Coin Square. One second. I changed my location to Canada. Hmm. Sometime it works, guys. But now it's detecting that it's not really in Canada. So we need to get the APK somehow. Once we got the APK, we need to see that how we can test that. And that's why maybe these apps are not really tested. I don't want to waste time, to be honest. That's why this app is not tested, because of these bloody reasons. Pause it, signs BBP. Let's see about it. Scope. It's irritating, na Ravi. That's why you don't like it. Na? That in that particular thing, it's very easy to just go ahead and see things. No another problem. Android is really a head pain. See the scope of this particular thing. We have mailed this particular company. Okay, we have mailed this particular company. Then if we go over here, we got the tickmill thing, na? We got tickmill.
Yes.
Install this. We can do the testing on it because we got tickmill and only a few reports were resolved, if I'm not wrong, for tickmill Android application. Four are resolved. We might find something. Can't predict so quick, but yeah, let's see. Hmm. It's running. By the time it's running, we can pull the APK because that's a must step. Okay, it has a sign up login feature. That's good for us. That's good for our testing purpose. PM list packages. Tick. I search for a keyword tick and I got this. PM path. This is the APK exit ADB pull. Want to do the static this time I won't do the static analysis first. Literally, I would first test that it runs on that APK or not, then I would do anything else. Because if it gets stable, it gets running, then only we would test tomorrow on this, because the time is about to go up for today. Then I would only test on it. If it runs on it, it gets stable. If it shows the sign up page, only then I would test it tomorrow. And it shows. All right, Ravi, we test it tomorrow. Any doubts?
Okay. No, no, actually.
It's irritating, I know.
No, 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 no.
It's irritating. You